Guys, welcome back to another episode. Thank you so much for watching. So yeah, working on the 32 again. Got a lot done on the last episode. And today we'll be, gonna focus on finishing the suspension. So get that HKS coilover up in this side. I've also got a fair bit of wiring we need to sort of sort out up underneath the left-hand front guard. It's so clean and tidy up in here that what I'm actually going to do is, I was sort of aiming to maybe mount the power steering reservoir back up here where it traditionally is, or there, or you can't mount it there. But Frenchie's Performance Garage R32 GTR power steering kit gives you 3 options in where you want to mount the reservoir, and it also comes with this awesome late model factory looking reservoir. Frenchie's Performance Garage make these awesome CNC cut brackets that this clips straight down into your power steering reservoir, and the option we've got, as you can see in there, is type 1. So when I first got the kit it was type 2, and that mounted the reservoir over there, which just didn't work for this setup. First option is here, which is absolutely perfect for what I want. It's okay, so I've figured out where I'm going to put it. Awesome oil pressure regulator. Now I've put a -3 fitting in the bottom, which will run over to a sensor block. That's not something that I normally run, but knowing what oil pressure going to the turbo is pretty cool. It's good to have it for data logging. And what I'm actually going to do is I've got one of Raceworks black hose clamps, and that's sort of just going to stabilize where I'm going to put the oil pressure reg. So it's going to sit in like that, and I'm going to poke it down like that. So it's going to sit just there comfortably. This will go off to the turbo feed, that'll go across to the sensor block, and then I'm actually using a tube adapter, and I'm going to use -6 hardline to connect it to the block for the oil feed, just because of the temperature issues we're going to have and how close we're going. I think -6 hardline is a much better option. So I'll get stuck into it because we can nearly get the car out today. I'd love to give it a wash and get some of the seats in before we get the windscreen, rear windscreen and front windscreen in. I think we'll do that this week. Yeah, cool. Get some wheels. Got all the wheels here ready. My partner's been kind enough to put the rear ones on for me while I've been working on the front still. So this is pretty exciting. We're about to see it roll out.
We hit the room, me and my crew, and it was cool until we bumped into you. Now it's been years, but there you were like a Mustang, redlining every single gear with a minute dance like he was born in 49, but lost his groove back in ancient times. I wanna know are those replacement hips? Is that a Swatch watch? Do you know what time it is? Does he run deep enough to take you there? Does he run deep enough? Oh, tell me, baby. Does he run?
Gave it a quick wash just to get all that crap off, all the grinding dust and all the cutting and all the AN line dust from cutting lines and everything that was over it. Whoa, I can't wait to see this thing with its proper wheels on it, all the windows tinted, lower it. Workshop's all clean, benches are all clean, we're all set up ready to go for the interior. Can't wait for that. So while the Skyline's out of the workshop, we've just decided to grab the Mustang out. Thought it'd be a good idea to put it up in the air because I've got to organise what we've got to do for the exhaust, parts, etc., how many mufflers we need. So we're going to go grab that now. I'm going to push the Skyline out of the way.
Hey, true, bet that up for the track. You gon' take it to the top. That's the truth first. Oh yeah. If you roll with the steel pimp and drink and smoking, then say, oh yeah. If you ballin' by.
Look how clean it come up just after a wash. Like, that was just from sitting in the workshop here with getting stuff all over it. Look at that. What do you reckon, Turbo? Time to go home? Time to go home, bro?
Approximately 10 hours later.
What I'm going to do today is we're going to do some interior stuff, because before we know it, we're going to have to get the windscreen and the rear screen in this thing. So I'd like to get as much of the interior as we can done before we get the screens put in. It just makes it easier to work on while the screen's out, especially putting the seats in and jumping around. So I've already cleaned the dash up. The dash in this car is exceptional condition for its age. If you know GTRs, especially the 32s, they bubble right in the center. This one's got a slight lift in it, but I think we can fix it. But everything else, there's not a single mark on the interior. So good now that it's on wheels, we can push it in and out and move it around. We're going to clean up the doors. We've got some new interior in that Nismo box there, which is this, which is the far panel. Just while I'm going, I'm going to put the grille in, or yeah, center piece of the bumper, whatever you want to call it, the grille there. So there's new clips on those, we don't need to change those. And then this here will gently slide straight in like that. Like so. There we go. Look at that, beautiful. Oh, now you know what we have to do. We have to put our, this is our Nismo bonnet lip. So Brad's already painted it for us. Man, I got no hope of reading this shit. If you can read this, you're doing well. She's full Jap spec. So I'm just gonna take the old risk and use the 200, because I remember that, for some reason I remember red being important. Knuckles, attaboy. Guess what? Nailed it. Fucking look at this. That is mint. It's absolutely perfect. Color's perfect. Lines are perfect. I can't wait to let that bonnet shut. It's hitting on the RB26 covers. The biggest thing at the moment is we're all struggling with this heat. Even Turbo's like just lazing around with his mouth open. I'd hate to be, and like we're only in central Queensland. Can you imagine being like in Cairns right now? It'd be so hot. So yeah guys, that's it. This is probably a quick episode, but it was a cool episode, and we're just going to be just smashing out content. I have checked this out as well, get that out of the way. I have been fitting up some skirt extensions. So these are N1 side skirt extensions. It's not painted obviously, but when I seen the car with the lip and how it's all coming together, and I knew I had those, they are sick. They're going to be awesome. I've only seen a couple of cars in Australia with these side skirt extensions, so I've got to fit them up first because they aren't genuine. So it's they don't
You
fit
just said
quite.
they're N1.
Yeah, but they're N1 side skirt extensions, so you add them onto the N1 side skirts. They're not Nismo. They're just I don't know if they're fiberglass or what they are. Yeah, they're just like a fiberglass resin. I don't know who makes them. I can't remember who I got them from.
Just Jat.
There we go. So I've seen a couple of cars in Australia with these on, and I think they haven't been colour coded, like they're black, but Brad said we're actually going to colour code it and keep it really clean and simple. I think they're going to be a winner, so we'll probably put those on, and I guess we'll get through the interior, and then Mitch from Zolly Motorsport, we've been talking and we're going to get this thing started and running. Cheers guys.